Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Hope everybody is doing amazingly well. Welcome back to another lesson of English with Ashish, and guys, today in this lesson we are going to master a very advanced topic, that is adverbial complement. Do you know what an adverbial is? You might do. Do you know what a complement is? You very might do. If you don't, we have lessons on both these topics on the channel, links in the description. But do you know what an adverbial complement is? I highly doubt that. So today in this lesson, we are going to master this topic. We'll understand what an adverbial complement is, what it does in a sentence, how to identify it, everything about it. So make sure you watch the lesson until the end. I'm excited as always. I know you guys are too. Let's do this. Alright everybody, now let's understand what exactly an adverbial complement is. Adverbial complement. And before we do that, before we understand what exactly an adverbial complement is and what it does in a sentence, let's break down this name adverbial complement and understand both the names adverbial and complement. Let's do that. So it's a combination of two words, adverbial plus complement. Now, what is an adverbial in English? It is something that functions as an adverb, that works like an adverb, right? That modifies a verb or an adjective or itself an adverb, right? Anything that works like an adverb is basically an adverbial, all right? Now, what is a complement? A complement is a part that completes the meaning of a part in a sentence, of something in a sentence. All right, that is basically a complement, something that is essential to the meaning of the sentence, that completes the meaning of a part in the sentence. That is basically a complement. We have different types of complements in English: subject complement, object complement, verb complement, adjective complement as well. So we have lessons on all these types of complements, separate lessons, links in the description as well. Now, what is an adverbial complement? Can you figure out the meaning? Adverbial complement. A complement, something that functions like an adverb and complete the meaning of something. Now, what is that something? We'll figure that out. All right. Definition. An adverbial complement is an adverb. Obviously, it has to be an adverb or something that functions like an adverb or an adverbial. All right. So when I say adverb, I'm referring to a regular adverb, a word that always functions as an adverb. But when I say adverbial, it is generally something that doesn't always function as an adverb, but it can function as an adverb in a sentence. All right, like a prepositional phrase, like an infinitive phrase, dependent clause. These can play multiple roles in a sentence. All right, these can function as an adverb as well. So an adverbial complement is a regular adverb or an adverbial. All right, that completes the meaning of a verb. This was something that I was talking about, right? Adverbial complement is an adverbial that completes the meaning of a verb. So in a way, it is a verb complement. So it can come under verb complement. In a way, we can say that. All right. So it completes the meaning of a verb. All right. So it modifies it. So it functions like an adverb. That is why it's an adverbial. Why are we calling it a complement? Because it is essential to the meaning of the verb and it's a complement to it. All right. So an adverbial complement is an adverb or an adverbial that completes the meaning of a verb. It helps the sentence render the meaning it intends to give. It helps the sentence to give the meaning it intends to give, it wants to give. All right. Taking an adverbial complement out of a sentence changes the core meaning of the sentence. So if you take the adverbial complement out of the sentence, you remove it, from the sentence will stop giving the meaning it intends to give, the writer wants to give, right? So the core meaning of the sentence will change. It will not be the same sentence anymore. All right, so that is why it is essential to the meaning of the sentence, it is essential to the meaning of the verb, it is essential to the meaning the writer or the speaker wants to give, wants to render. All right, so taking an adverbial complement out of a sentence changes the core meaning of the sentence. It takes an essential part of the sentence, like, unlike, an adjunct, which is opposite to an adjunct, right? An adjunct is absolutely extra to the sentence, it is non-essential to the sentence, but an adverbial complement is not extra, it is not an adjunct to the sentence, it is absolutely essential, required to the core meaning, for the core meaning of the sentence. Required is absolutely required for the core meaning of the sentence. All right, now let me show you some examples and make you understand how it functions and how to identify it. All right, example number 1, don't put me in his group. So here, in his group, which is a prepositional phrase working as an adverb, is an adverbial complement. Now why? Let's understand why. So the sentence says, don't put me in his group. Don't, we have an implied subject which is you. You don't put me in his group. All right. Don't put whom, me. All right. This is the direct object. Now if I take this part I'm talking about, if I take this adverb, which is adverbial, not a regular adverb, it is a prepositional phrase. See, it is a prepositional phrase working as an adverb. Prepositional phrase working as an adverb. That is why we'll call it an adverbial, because it is not a regular adverb. It is an adverbial phrase, adverbial, right? So it is an adverbial that is necessary to the meaning of the verb put. So if you remove this piece of information which is in his group and reread the sentence, don't put me, you will be left with an incomplete sentence. Don't put me. Now, the question that should come or will come in your mind is where? You always put something or somebody somewhere. So put is followed by an object, followed by the place where the object is put. So this place is essential to the meaning of the verb put. All right. So the place has to come after the object of the put. Don't put me where? In his group. Can you put this bottle where? On the shelf or on the top of the ladder or whatever. All right, it has to be put somewhere. So in his group is talking about the place of the action which is put. It is working as an adverb. It is an adverbial. All right, and since it is completing the meaning of the verb put and is essential to it, we'll call it an adverbial complement. It's type of a verb complement. All right, let's remove this. Second example, I love coming here. I love coming here. Here is an adverbial. It's an adverb modifying the verb come in, talking about its place. I love come in. Where? Here. Now read the sentence without this adverbial here. I love coming. If I say to you I love coming, the natural question that will come to your mind is where? You love coming where? So we have to talk about the place of the action. The place has to come after the verb come in. Come in where? Here. Unless it is understood by the context, unless the place is already understood in the previous statement or statements. If that is not the case, the place has to be mentioned. If I do not, or if I haven't talked about the place of the action and my sentence is I love coming, you will naturally think about the place, right? You will ask me about the place. Where? You love coming where? So it is an adverb adverb, right? That is modifying the verb coming, and all adverbs are adverbial. All right, all adverbs are adverbials, but all adverbials are not adverbs. I have a detailed lesson on adverbials on my channel. Check that out. Detailed post on my website as well. Check that out as well. So here is an adverbial that is complementing the verb come in, uh, uh, working as an essential piece of information. That is why it is an adverbial complement. All right, this piece of information has to be there in the sentence in order to make the sentence grammatical and render the meaning the sentence intends to give, the writer intends to give, the speaker intends to give. All right, third example: do not aim for a money fight. If I just say don't aim and I don't say anything after that, will it make any sense? Hey, don't aim. You'll say at what or for what? So you aim at something or you aim for something. So when you aim for something, you want to have it. You're trying to get it, right? So you aim for that thing. You want to have it. Now, when you aim at something, right? Again, you target that thing. You again want to sort of have it. But if you do not mention that, the sentence will not make any sense and the verb will be incomplete. So here, for a money fight, which is a prepositional phrase, is working as an adverb. It is an adverbial working as an adverb, modifying the verb aim. How? Because it's completing its meaning, giving the essential information it needs. So it is an adverbial, first of all, modifying the verb aim. Why is it a complement? Because without it, the sentence does not make any sense, right? So it is an adverbial complement. Take it out, the sentence stops giving the same meaning and becomes incomplete. All right, let me show you one more example. You did not behave properly. You did not behave how? So you got to talk about the manner in which you did not behave, right? So how you did not behave properly. You did not behave. If I just say you did not behave, behave in what manner? How? You got to talk about that. You got to talk about the manner in which you behaved or did not behave, right? So here we are talking about the manner, which is properly. You did not behave like you should. You did not behave like a professional. All right. So the manner in which you behave or don't behave has to be mentioned. So properly is an adverb that is modifying. It's an adverb and all adverbs are adverbial, so I can call it an adverbial as well, right? So it is an adverbial, an adverb, a regular adverb, which is a part of an adverbial, which is modifying the verb behave, right? It is a verb. So it is working as an adverbial. Why is it a complement? Why is it a complement? Because without it, the sentence does not give a proper meaning or stops giving the same meaning or the core meaning or the meaning it intends to give. You did not behave like a professional, right? If I can say behave like a professional, right? Behave like a professional. So here again, like a professional is an adverbial complement, right? If you don't keep it in the sentence, if you remove it from the sentence will uh, stop giving the same meaning. Behave. If I ask you to behave, like just if I just say behave, you'll ask me how. How do you want me to behave? In what manner you want me to behave? All right. So the manner of the action is important with this verb behave. All right. Now, phrasal verbs and adverbial complements. What is the relation? Let's talk about it. Now, what is a phrasal verb? It is a phrase which is a combination of an action verb, the verb, all right, the verb, and a preposition. So, a combination of an action verb plus a preposition is called a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. So here the preposition is very important to the meaning of the phrasal verb, right? It changes the meaning of the action verb. The action verb alone and with the preposition gives a different meaning, and that is why the preposition is important to the meaning of the action verb, is important to the phrasal verb, and that is why it works as an adverbial complement. Yes, not in all the phrasal verbs, but in most phrasal verbs, the preposition in the phrasal verb is an adverbial complement, is a complement to the verb. How? Let's talk about it. So I've written a definition of a phrasal verb. Let's read that out first of all. A phrasal verb is a combination of an action verb and a preposition. The preposition in the phrasal verbs changes the meaning of the verb, as I said. The preposition in the phrasal verbs changes the meaning of the verb, right? Without it, the verb will have a different meaning. The phrasal verb often has a different meaning from the verb alone. From the verb alone, the phrasal verb will have a different meaning. Often, it will have a different meaning. So we have some of the most common phrasal verbs in English, right? Pass out, break up, look up to, get through, go after. Pass out, like to lose your consciousness, all right? Go out. Break up, to end a relationship, all right, or to decipher something, right? Look up to follow somebody. If you look up to somebody, that means you follow that person, you want to be like that person, all right? Get through something, that means you solve a problem, you solve a situation. I'll get through it, right? I'll somehow manage to overcome that situation. Go after something or somebody. If you go after somebody, that means you're trying to take revenge from that person, you are trying to do some harm to the person. If you are going after a particular thing, you're probably looking forward to have that thing, all right, to own that thing. Okay, these are the meanings of these phrasal verbs, and without the preposition, these verbs have completely different meanings, all right? So we have some examples to make you understand. No worry, we'll do that. Okay, let's examine the examples. Example number 1: you will pass out before the test. You will, subject, helping verb, auxiliary verb, main verb, right, preposition, and this is a phrasal verb. Pass out, this is a preposition, all right? Pass out before the test. Before the test is basically an adjunct, all right? You will pass out before the test. This will happen to you, and we're also talking about the time of the action, which is before the test. So pass out means to lose your consciousness, right? Pass out. So out here is essential to the meaning of the verb pass, right? If you take it out and you read the sentence without it, the sentence will have a different meaning. You will pass before the test. You will pass before giving the test. This is what the sentence means without the preposition, which is not the meaning the sentence intends to give, all right? Will pass out, right? Phrasal verb out here is essential. It is working as an adverb, adverbial. Why? Modifying the verb pass, right? It's a complement. Why? Because it is giving essential information. Without it, the sentence will stop giving its core meaning, and that is exactly why it is an adverbial complement, a type of a verb complement, all right? Second example: I can't break up with her. I cannot, subject, modal verb, which is a type of an auxiliary verb, helping verb, all right? Helping verb. Break up, break, main verb, all right? Up, preposition, with her, another prepositional phrase, all right? I cannot break up. I cannot separate myself from her, all right? I cannot break up, end a relation with her. Break up, to end something, all right? But without the preposition up, the sentence has a different meaning. I cannot break with her. It does not make any sense. Here, the sentence does not make any sense without the preposition up. So in this phrasal verb, which is break up, the preposition is essential to the meaning of the verb. It is an adverbial because it's modifying the verb break. It is a complement because it's giving essential information about it. Hence, it is an adverbial complement. Another example for you. We look up to your father. We look up to. So this is a phrasal verb. Look up to. You look up to somebody, right? So if you look up to somebody, you want to be like that person. You admire that person, right? You follow that person, all right? So we look up to your father. So up and to here are prepositions, all right? Both are essential to the meaning of the verb as well as the sentence, and both are adverbial complements, right? Without them, the sentence will not give the same meaning. So if I take them out, the sentence will read, we look your father, which is not even grammatical, all right? You can't look somebody, you can look at somebody, but not just somebody. So this is incorrect. So we just have seen that in phrasal verbs, the preposition is an adverbial complement, is an essential piece of information. All right, now I have a task for you. So we have some sentences on the screen. All you have to do is you have to find out whether these sentences have adverbial complements or not, and if they do, just circle them and write in the comment section below. All right, hope the lesson was useful. Hope you now know what an adverbial complement is. Do visit my website, right? We have a very detailed post on adverbial complement that will explain everything about adverbial complement with a lot of examples, everything you need to know. All right, join my Facebook group where we post every day about vocabulary, short videos, right? And we have an Instagram page as well where I share infographics, quizzes, right? Every single day it happens, right? So do that and make sure you subscribe to the channel, become a part of it. Press that notification button as well so that every single time I come up with a lesson, you get notified and you get to watch it right away. And if you have a question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I'm out. Namaskar.